Good morning and welcome to our social hour. Shiko Kaitani here with you. Asante sana. As we always like to say, we appreciate your company and we love coming to you every morning from our communication center, as we put it. This being Wednesday, you know, we're always about either jobs, careers, or even investment. And this time around, we do have a career talk for you. Actually, a very interesting one, if you ask me, as we actually tackle real estate. In fact, we're understanding the current landscape of women in real estate in Kenya, talking about the evolution of it all. And FYI, why perhaps you may be considering this as a career path, ladies. We decided that we're going to reach out to our very good friends at Hyso Properties to join us for this particular discussion. She's definitely back, and I'm so glad we managed to get a hold of her. I think you remember the last time that Kanyuira was in studio. Oh my God, it was such a vibe. As she was empowering us ladies to get working and get pumping and actually invest and become homeowners. Today, she's talking to you about it from the other side as a career woman in real estate. And we do want to welcome Anne very, very much to the show. Welcome, my dear.
Thank you very much, Shiko. It's always an amazing time to be
right?
here.
We always have such a blast. Sometimes even we forget like we're on TV. We're just talking.
You have that thing with me, eh?
Right?
So, you make me feel very comfortable.
Ooh, I like that. I hope my boss is listening, yeah?
So I like it, and thank you for having me again.
Okay, Karibu sana. And of course, obviously, you'll be telling us about some exciting news coming in from your agency towards the tail end of the show.
Sure.
But this is a great discussion because when we talk about real estate, and obviously we think about the guys dominating the field.
Sure.
And then here are very fun, fearless females like you who are saying, you know what, tutauza shamba, tutauza ploti,
yes,
tutauza manyumba,
tutawaonyesha beacon kwenye ziko,
tutauza by the apartments,
yes,
na tunajenga tena. And so when we start off this discussion, think about where we were years ago in the real estate business and just how women started to find their way and carve their own niche in this sector.
Well, let me tell you, real estate has always been a very, very male-dominated industry, where you find that even now, a few women are coming up, which is very encouraging. But remember, in the past, you'd find that no one you'd find that there's a woman selling to you anything in terms of land, in terms of house, in terms of, they'll be like, you're just suited to be in the office, the secretary to do the paperwork, but not really the hard work.
Right.
Because it's more male, it's more outdoorsy. When utaniambia what apartment is there, what house is there, you're the one to show me the beacons. It looked more male-like.
Yeah.
You get? But in time, women have been empowered so much that we woke up and we said, you know what?
Yeah.
What a man can do, I can do. And why can't I do it? So we woke up and we decided, you know what? Let's also try in.
Yeah.
We started off as the secretaries, yes, but we learned the ropes. We learned the ropes of the business.
Right.
And then we decided, you know what? Why don't I try it?
Right.
And little by little, people have adapted to seeing women in the industry, have accepted women in the industry, because number one, women are more faithful than men.
I like that. Wow, you've already started with shots, eh? Shots fired.
Women are more faithful than men.
Yes.
I mean, okay, if you're going to buy a car, whose car will you buy? If you're buying a second-hand car?
Definitely a woman's car.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
My car is pretty old and for sure it still looks okay on the inside. Yes.
So that is just to tell you that women take care of things more. Women are more believable. Women are more trustworthy. We have a way with the way we speak to people. We have a way, we have an innate nature that we are nurturers. We will find someone and we will be able to tell what exactly they want and how to approach it. And we will be able to figure out, you want this thing, I'll know how to tweak whatever I have to suit your needs and to deliver it to you exactly how you need it.
All right. So you kind of not only have the information about, properties and all that, but at the same time, there's that marketing skill that just checks in naturally.
Naturally, as a woman. As a woman, it just kicks in. Let me tell you, if anything you find a woman touches, that thing will thrive. The same thing with even multiplying the world. You're given something so small, and you bring a whole baby to the world.
Oh, isn't it?
Why can't we do that in any other industry? And that is what we are doing in the real estate industry. And if you look at right now, a lot of women have come up. I can assure you, I've seen so many CEOs of real estate companies.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
so
fantastic.
many, and the owners themselves, leave alone the CEOs or the directors. It is amazing how women have taken up that mantle, and they have said, you know what, we are no longer going to accept that it's just male business. We are going to run with it, and we are going to do it perfectly.
Well, let's tell our viewers to actually text in to also engage us, you know, if you wish. Especially ladies, by the way, this is a really good opportunity to engage and understand a little bit more about what real estate entails. When you think about the increase of women entering the workforce, okay, there's been such a huge draw towards real estate. And we believe that there's a lot of attraction to it for particular reasons. And Anne, what really is about real estate that makes it such a highly sought after career path?
Actually, it's a good thing that you mentioned that. I've seen so many people right now going to the university, and shock on you, there is a course on real estate. Our time, it never existed. But even you know what happens even in the universities, they get to look at the job industries that are coming up, that are rising, that has more money, and real estate has become one of those fields that are very marketable and profitable. That there are people going to school for that. We had to learn the hard way. Nenda unaambiwa beacon inaangaliangwa hivi, kunafanyangwa hivi. We never had to go to school for that. We learned on the process. But right now, this industry has become one of the biggest and one of the biggest contributor to the country's GDP. And that in itself tells you that there is a lot more to gain in the industry. For you to be able to be profitable, to get the profits that you're looking for in the industry, you have to be very consistent and be trustworthy. Now, this industry has a lot of money. Yes, takudanganya. It has a lot of money. I know there's the whole talk of tutamaliza shamba, hatuwezi maliza shamba. But sio shamba tu, tunajengea watu apartments. Tunajengea watu nyumba. You would want to have your own house somewhere in the village or wherever you're living, and you want to revamp it. That's why we are here, to offload some of that, you know, heavy task on you, and we do it for you. So there is so much big cake. It's a very big cake, and we're all taking a small piece of it. And just like any other field, it is easy to get in, and you get great returns on investment. That is why this industry is booming. Because there's a lot of return on investment. And that is why you're finding the government right now is trying to, you know, curb us a little bit with taxations and whatnot, because there are many ways of getting money, and good money, legit money.
I mean, the commissions are
commissions are good
if you're consistent.
Wow. Yes.
So ladies are out there saying, I want a slice of that pie too.
And it's really big. And it's really big. Just a slice will be good. Will be good for you for a whole year.
I mean, even just speaking to young people right now. I mean, look at when you watch shows on Netflix, for example. I mean, like Selling LA, Selling London. I mean, those are such popular reality shows. And look at how many women are being casted in that show as real estate agents. In fact, they've dominated these, you know, reality shows that are on Netflix. So if it's happening outside, this is just the start for us here.
It's just the start.
It's just the start.
And it's a good start. And it's a good start. We are embracing it. So for me, it's a win. It's a win for the women. It's a win for the girl child.
So I want you to be brutally honest as we get to this next point, because I want you to use the examples that, obviously real life examples, that can kind of describe the institutionalized sexism and stereotypes that you have come across in real estate as a woman that kind of make you feel, is this really the thing for me? Because when we talk about it being a male-dominated field, obviously there's that push and pull that you see, and a lot of women do back out from the industry because of that.
Real estate is not for the faint-hearted, and I think I say that so many times. It's not for the faint-hearted, because if you go there with your wishy-wishy, you will be swallowed. Because number one, even the products that we sell, it's a very risky product. Because there is a lot of people when you are Kanyuira, there is so much. And you have to be, number one, very, very careful with what you're selling and how you're selling and who you're selling to.
Correct.
Now, you will encounter customers whom you will try and sell a product to, and they'll be like, sasa wewe msichana.
Unajua,
like, unajua nini mambo ya shamba?
Yeah.
I have personally been told that.
Kwanza unaitwa msichana.
Msichana. Wewe kasichana kadogo unajua nini? Wewe hata umefika miaka 30. You understand?
And I love it that you put that accent.
Oh,
that.
Umefika that. Uko that what? But it's just a way of demeaning you. But you have to rise above that. Now, talking about now the industry, the male counterparts, our male counterparts, would always feel like you can't close a deal. It's me who can. Yeah. They can actually take up your client. Yes.
Oh, geez.
Yes. It's brutal. Now, you get opposition from all sides, from the people you're working with, and it doesn't have to be the people in your company.
Of course.
It can be other people.
You're right.
Now, imagine you're finding yourself, you're taking a client, and then someone else from another company is also bringing a client. Right. They can outrightly just get you out of there, and they sell to both of them at the same time. Yeah. Because you're the woman, they'll be like, what does she know? Right. I know more about plinth area, and I don't know what you don't. I'm sure you don't know what plinth area is.
No, I have no clue.
Exactly. Yeah. So customers can be brutal. Yeah. You can call someone when you're doing cold calling. They'll be like, nani alikupa namba yangu? Iyo kwanza wewe msichana unajua nini? Usiniambie mambo ya shamba. Nitafutie mwanaume. Wow. You can take a client to the site visits and they'll be like, msichana hakuna kitu anajua. Mimi nataka mwanaume. Mwanaume ndiye atanionyesha biko niko wapi. But then what we don't realize is we have equal chances as men. Equal chances. And as long as you understand the industry and you understand the ins and outs, right? I can be a better fit than that person you're saying is a guy. And I will still deliver or even deliver better than he did. Yeah. You understand?
Right. I think also when it comes to, career paths or jobs that are commission-based, it becomes extremely tricky for the woman because remember, you have to put in just as much hard work and you have to also close that deal. And so here comes in, the aspect of compromising in order to close the deal, which you see a lot in fields, for example, such as marketing, in agency. And this is the thing. Do you see women having to do this? And what is your advice to women who feel that, okay, if I don't make that commission, obviously this month is going to be a bad month for me. So, you know what? Compromise a little bit, get the client on board, get that commission, and you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I mean, forget about the moral aspect, forget about what my value system is, but you know what? I'm going to do it anyway.
Let me tell you one thing, and I will tell this to anyone and any woman out there and any young girl out there, don't you ever compromise. If that sale is not going to happen, it's not going to happen. If the only way it's going to happen is by you giving some, please don't. Yeah. Because you know what? Those ones that ever ask for you to compromise for anything will never buy. They never buy. So
it will just become an ongoing,
So how many times are you going to be compromising and never make a sale?
So they're just dangling a carrot.
Oh, please. Let me tell you. Yeah. You have to know how to, and that is why we call qualifying. You have to qualify a customer. You have to qualify if this person, the way we are talking, the way this conversation is going, by the second, that time of a phone call or an interaction with the customer, you need to be bright enough to know this customer is going to buy, this is not going to buy. We already know how customers speak. Yeah. The minute they start deviating to some other things, just know that is not a buying customer. Right. And if they do, they will buy once, and then the next time they'll be like, they will never refer you. Because number one, our business is about referral. That is actually, even at HiSop, one of our main source of leads is referrals. Now, tell me, if you compromise with one client, what will make that client come back? Now they'll start seeing you like, uyo tu, uyo achana, uyo, hata ukinaongea kidogo tu hivi ni hivyo. Why would you do that to yourself? You're trying to create a brand of your own. You need to stand firm as a realtor. Yeah. As a person who can be out there, showcase what you have, and fight as hard or twice as hard as the men in the industry. So what will make anyone think that you're capable if all you have to give is what you have inbuilt?
Yeah.
So let's not compromise. And
Yeah.
I'll tell that to any woman. Do not compromise. Because that also compromises your dignity. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Because if you do that, there are so many men, and most men are buyers. And if they're not buyers, they're influenced by their wives or their girlfriends to buy. But they are the ones with the money.
Right.
Most of the times.
Yeah.
So how many will you have to compromise to?
And it seems like perseverance is key in this industry. I'm sure there are a lot of emotions that run through, you know, a woman in this particular field, and there's highs and there's lows. And just, you know, speak to us a little bit about that, because it's easy. It's easy to find yourself on the losing side. It's easy for you to just give up.
Yes. Believe me, the highs is when you close a client. The highs. The lows are so many. But one thing I appreciate with what we do at Hyso Properties, we have regular trainings, and encouragement and mentorship from our boss, which gives you more hope.
Yeah.
If you don't make it now, you'll get another one. Don't worry. Let me give you a case scenario that happened to me. I got this client in an expo. And I told them about the apartments that we were selling. Actually came to me, it's like, oh, hello, young lady, how are you? Young lady, how are you?
Yeah.
What are you selling? So I see you're with Hyso Properties. Yes. My name is Kanyuira with Hyso Properties, and we have these units at Green Zone Apartments. It's like, I've been wanting to get some apartments there. Funga ine.
Wow. You were like, today is
I'm
the
like,
day.
today is the day.
Yeah.
Funga ine.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just say that never happened. Nilianza kuitwa date.
Oh, snap. That turned around very quickly.
Exactly.
And that's
what
what
I
we're
said.
saying, the dangling of carrots. Yeah.
And that's exactly what I said.
Too many carrots being
You
dangled.
see anyone who starts telling you some things, toka hapo mbio sana, kimbia,
Yeah.
because they will not buy.
Yeah.
So those are some of the things that you will find, and you're like, that. And you've talked to that person, munaenda munafanya mpaka all the paperwork, you've done all the sale agreement, then last minute they stop. Do you know how damaging that is? Do you? You feel crushed, but you have to pick yourself up, dust yourself, and move on. Because it's never easy. Just like any field, it's never easy. Be it a male-dominated field, be it a female-dominated field, it's all about competition. It's all about the aggressiveness. It's all about you. And how you will handle yourself, how you will handle your clients, how you can be consistent in what you're doing. And if you're not going to do that, you have nothing. You have nothing. Even you as a presenter right now, you have to rise above what everyone else is doing.
Absolutely.
Right?
I know.
So that's the key.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Woo! Don't you love her already? I just like how real Anne is. There's no other way to put it. And so she's talking to us a little bit about the real estate business, and of course, speaking from the perspective of a woman. We did this because obviously we've seen the interest that a number of our viewers have shown in regards to this. Last time Anne was here, we had a killer of a discussion, empowering women to also just, like she's saying, rise above and to own their own property. And so with that, we want you to text in, continue engaging us on our social media platforms. That's at K24 TV on Instagram, Facebook, as well as X. We've got a brand new WhatsApp number at the bottom of your screen. Please take note of that. And of course, when we get back, we'll be sampling some text messages. Hopefully, they'll have already checked in by the time we're back in for our second half. We'll see you in just a bit. And welcome back. Shiko Kaitani here with you on our social hour. It's careers this Wednesday and we're focusing on real estate, particularly on you ladies. We're titling this one, The Rise of Women in Real Estate. Understanding the evolution, the history, the modern challenges, if you will. It's about women breaking barriers in real estate. And of course, we're getting notable insights this morning from our friends at Reshaped Properties. You know her, she's been here, she's just amazing if you ask me. We always have a blast, as I like to say. And Kanyuira is in studio with us. She is the marketing manager over at Reshaped Properties. And welcome back. I'm going to ask my director, Brenda, obviously, to let me know if we can sample a text message or two. So happiness, please let me know when we can. But Anne, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much.
Just before the break, you know, we're kind of just talking about what it really takes to make it in this industry. And I guess my next question to you would be, how have you learned over time to conduct business rather and just nurture relationships? Like you had talked about referral systems. It's also not very easy for someone to network if it's not your thing.
True.
That, you know, like if you're just not a people's person, number one, how are you going to network? How do you go about conducting business? So how did you learn how to go about it?
For me, number one, it just comes naturally. I mean, clearly, it just, for me, it comes naturally. But one thing I believe in the real estate industry, you need to have a mentor. You need to have training. You need to have proper, you know, regular and proper trainings, and so that you can be able to understand how to handle your customers. When it comes to like referrals, it is how you relate with your customers that will be able to bring you new customers. Because right now, if you had anyone else who wanted to like host someone for an interview on real estate, would you not tell them, I have an amazing chick,
yes,
right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Because we have already related very well, right? So the same thing, if you treat your customer well, they will definitely, it does not matter whether you're a people person or not a people person. I can give you a case in point, like for us at Reshaped Properties, we find some of our staff who are unable to go and talk in front of people. But when you give them a phone to just call that one client, by the end of that call, they will have sold.
Oh, wow.
Because they just know how to deal with a person at a time, face to face or on call with that one customer. But there are people like us who I will go in front of 2,000 people and talk to them, and I will be able to make sure that by the time I'm done with that talk, hakutakosa watu watano watasema nataka.
And you know you're doing it right now. I mean, this is national TV. It's just that the 2,000 are not sitting here, but
I'm
the 2,000 are watching.
Actually more.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So this industry, you have to be very consistent, number one. You have to have mentors.
All right.
You can't do it without mentors. You really can't. Because how do you understand how the industry works? Now, in terms of now, other ways that we get to sell. Number one, I've talked about referrals. Number two, we go do activations. Utatupata soko. That is where you find some people who will go out there, wanasimama kwa traffic, they give out flyers. I don't want to do that, I'm past that. I want to do other things. Right. Now at Reshaped Properties, we have systems that do that for us. We are able to get on social media. That is where people get to see what you're selling, what products you're selling, and they say, you know what, I like this, I want it, and calls. Unaanza kupiga simu and sales are made. Right. Surprisingly enough, social media is selling actually. And places like here, that is where we are here.
Social media is doing very well for real estate.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yes,
it is. Okay, let's take a look at one or two text messages very quickly, Anne, and then of course you can respond appropriately. Angel, what's up? You say, what advice would you give to someone looking to start a career in real estate today? What skills and attributes, okay, here we go, are most important for success in this field? It's interesting, we were just on that point. But before you answer, Angel, let's look at this one from Kelly, who says, what advice would you give to a new investor looking to enter this market, and what common mistakes should they avoid? Okay, all right, so let's start off with our Madame Angel.
All right, Angel was asking about someone who'd want to join in real estate, right?
And the kind of skills that they require. So I guess you were actually talking about that.
I was actually talking about that because number one, okay, you don't have to be a people person, but you really need to be a people person. Does that make sense? You don't have to like know how to talk to everyone, but know how to talk to someone.
Yeah.
When you get that one client, how do you relate to them? That is number one. Communication skills.
Right.
Number two, your personal branding. You have to know how to brand yourself. And branding does not mean high sob. It means, how do you look? Your face value. Because someone buys you before they buy your product.
Wow.
Hautaenda kama umevaa vile unataka unakaa shagla bagla alafu expect ati umuzie shamba ya 500,000. Honey, dress fast, then come and sell to me. So you have to brand yourself. You have to know how to present yourself. Presentation is key.
In your business,
this is very key.
It's everything.
It's very key.
Right.
Because you're not going to tell me about selling to me an apartment worth 10 million. And as I'm seeing you, even your hair is not done. You have no face value, is just there. Yeah. It's like going to hit on a guy going to hit on a chick and the chick looking like, or a chick anakatiwa alafu. Yeah. Jamaa ako tu, hata hana mbele wala nyuma. Utamwangalia umwambie rudi kwenye umetoka.
Because really, essentially, that's what you're doing. You're wooing the customer.
You're wooing the customer.
Yeah, unamkatia ndo ingie box.
So, uweza kumkatia uko na baiskeli.
Right.
Na yeye
and you're asking him for 10 million. You're asking him for 10 million.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just not going to work, yeah.
Personal branding, number one. Communication skills, number two.
Yeah.
And of course, you have to also have integrity. Yeah. Integrity in how you conduct yourself, in how you conduct your business, and also you have to know, you have to be trustworthy. If in this business you're not trustworthy, that's the end of you. Okay. You don't know how to give your titles in time. You keep lying to your customers. Next week, next month, it's just gonna kill you.
It will backfire.
Yeah, it will backfire.
And we've seen how that has turned out for a number of agents. Not so good. Yeah. Kelly's question was about investment and the common mistakes that investors tend to make. Hopefully, maybe she's a potential buyer there, so she wants to know what's up. Yeah. So investing in real estate is one of the profitable things. And profit could be either you're looking for your own property to, you know, to go and build your commercial properties. It could be you want to do farming. It could be you just want to speculate and then you sell later. Yeah. There are a number of reasons why someone would invest in real estate. But one of the main things that I would tell someone to be very careful with is do your due diligence. Don't just come to us and we have told you this is what we are selling and then you don't do your due diligence. If you don't do that, you have no one to blame. And look what's happening right now. I mean, with all the demolitions taking place, with all the houses going with water. Yes. Because people did not do their due diligence. You had no idea where you set up shop. And now the problem is people just think that due diligence is just about tumeenda tumepeleka title imeangaliliwa iko sawa. It's not just about that. Yeah. Talk to the people in that area. And don't have to chief. Talk to the border guys. Those people know so much. And I keep saying that those people know so much about that area. Yes. They will tell you, wale, ule mzee anataka ati watoto wake ni wanataka kuuza na mzee amekataa. Wow. You understand? Yes. Now go and buy that piece of property and the children, and you're not buying from a company, you're buying from the owners. It's the children who are selling. And the mzee has refused. Hiyo itakuletea shida. Of course. Then upate mtu mwingine, they are selling a riparian land. Yeah. And very many. Ukuje ubebwe na maji. Because mto ilikuwa na hatuwezi hamisha mto. Kuna wengine walikuwa wamesema mto tuhamishe. Hatuwezi hamisha mto. The recent floods have shown us that. You're so silly. I mean, go through all that work only for Kindiki to come and tear your house down. I mean, understand? That is so crazy. Like, it's such a heartbreaking time right now. It is. And remember, real estate is a very, it takes a lot of money. Yeah. It's not a few shillings. Of course. It takes a lot of investment. And you want to invest right. Right. And
just for you to be sure of where you're investing, just work with a reliable company.
Correct.
Like
Correct.
Property.
I see what you did there. Kelly, thanks so much. And that was actually good insight from Anne in regards to how to go about your investment, doing your due diligence, okay? But back to our main conversation here, and there's the issue of the wage gap between men and women in this industry. What can you really tell us? Because if I'm coming in and I discover that these are still the sarakasis that are ongoing, okay? Have things really changed whereby there's equal commission across the board, or are we still seeing pockets of inequality situations?
This is what I can say about that. Most real estate companies, and I think it's most right now, you'll find that there's a retainer base. And that one varies. Yeah. That one varies. Because someone who's been in the company for, say, even 5 years cannot be compared to the person who has just joined right now. That's normal. Yeah. But commission is the same to everyone. If it is 5%, it's 5% for everyone. Yeah. If it is 2% or 3%, it's 3% for everyone. But it also depends with what you're bringing in. What happens is that there are tiers. There are tiers. Yeah. If you're bringing 1 million, for you to be motivated to bring more, there are higher commissions depending on how much you're bringing. Okay. You get? Right. So the variation may come with what you're bringing in. So you can't tell me that someone who is bringing constantly 5 million a month individually can get a commission of 2%. Theirs can be reviewed. Yeah. They can get 3%. They can get higher than the person who is bringing 300,000, 1 million. You get? Yeah. So in our industry, it's not really about equality in wage. It's about how aggressive you are. It's about how much money you're bringing to the table. Correct. Because it is that money that you get the commission from. Yes.
With the evolution now that we're talking about with women now becoming homeowners, how has this really contributed, if you will, in the interest in the real estate business? Is there something like, if I can use the term addiction, that once someone owns a piece of property, they just want to keep going and going and going and going, because it makes you wonder, okay, so this home ownership thing kind of gets you started.
Have you ever gotten a tattoo?
Yes, and you just want to get another one.
Thank you. Yeah. That's the same with land.
So you find women wanting more and more.
Just the other day, like 3 weeks ago, we went to reward one of our clients who has been with us since the beginning. And Hyssop has been in the industry for 9 years. Yeah. Since the beginning, she has more than 20 plots with us.
No way.
Yes.
And she's not stopping?
No, she's not. Yeah. I took her to Malindi just the other day over the weekend. She wants more. Wow. There's a thing, there's a fulfillment that comes with owning property. There is just, and knowing that it is your own money, you're buying with it. Yeah. There's some fulfillment that comes with it that you cannot explain.
Of correct.
So, yeah, there's more women are coming up. More women are buying properties. More women are buying apartments, especially in Kilimani. Right. Turning them into Airbnbs or just renting it out. Yeah. And you find that they have apartments in Kilimani, they have apartments in Kiambura, they have apartments in the... It's an addiction that is a good addiction. Please be addicted in buying property. Please, people, be addicted.
Did you ever find the man who found out that his wife is his landlord?
No, I never know him. I never got to find out who he was. Well, that was a genius move for that. I felt for that man, though. I felt for him, though, but...
we are still looking for that man because I want him on this show. I want to ask him, how did it feel?
So you're living with your landlord in the house?
You're living with your landlord. Mama tu anakunywa tu chai akisema by this.
And you know how we can get, eh?
Hii serikali.
You know how we can get. Ulisema nyumba hautalipa, si ndio?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Usipolipa ndatafuta wa kulipa. Women can get like that sometimes.
But, that's the thing. I mean, when you think about, the women who are game changers in your industry, who comes to mind? Who would you say, honestly speaking, breaking barriers? I mean, take this opportunity to give them a shout out, because we want more women in this space. This is now what we talk about, empowering women.
I'm going to be very honest. Yes, I follow a few, but the one that actually made me love real estate. And I want to give her her flowers now. And she doesn't even know me, by the way. She doesn't. And we're in the same building.
Right.
Is Nancy.
Nancy who?
Her name is Nancy, the one who does property show.
Oh, yes.
There's something
for everyone. Yeah.
That one.
Yes.
I used to sit on the telly every Sunday waiting for her show.
Oh, wow.
I loved her.
Yeah.
I always told myself, I want to be like her.
You're right.
I want to be seen on TV talking about property and showcasing all these beautiful pieces of decor and, and interior. I loved it.
And here you are.
And thank God.
Here you are.
By the way, I need to meet her.
You need to.
I need to meet her.
We will hook you up. Please do. Sing Gomo. So we've got 5 more minutes to go. Brenda tells me, by the way, just in these 5 minutes as we start to wrap up, okay? You talked about, obviously, mentorship, and you talked about networking and how key it is. For those who obviously are interested in real estate, I like the acronym WIRE, okay? Women in Real Estate that we've got here in Kenya. So tell us about WIRE, and tell us, what it's like about this community very quickly as we begin to wind up.
Basically, is a community of women who are in real estate, and we are here to encourage each other. And to push each other that, yes, it is a male-dominated field, but who said we can't? So let's push ourselves. It's all about empowering the girl child, empowering each other. We are our sisters' keepers. Let's do this, let's push forward. And we are calling on to more women to come and join. So that, let's dominate also. Let us also be known that we can also deliver in terms of real estate, in terms of giving you the right property, in terms of doing the due diligence for you. Giving solutions for the needs that you need in terms of houses, land, everything.
And so are there any workshops, maybe not even necessarily through WIRE as an organization, but even with HISOP, any type of workshops or engagements that women, for example, or even generally those who are interested in joining real estate can participate in, because this is, what we were talking about, solutions. So let's give our viewers solutions. So anybody who's interested can actually look out for some of these workshops, engagements, to understand a little bit more about the industry.
There are so many engagements or networking events that happen. WIRE being one of them for women in real estate. RESA is now the body that is coming for all real estate companies that have come together to help each other, regulate each other, govern each other. But of course, they have meetings, regular meetings, where they are talking about how there can be changes in the industry and how to move forward. So those are some of the few. But if you're looking for, even if not just real estate, but you're looking for where business people or professionals can have meetings, there are so many. There is BNI, there is Bulb Networkings. There are so many in this Nairobi of ours, and you can easily go there, and it's very easy. Maybe just registration of like maybe 2,000.
Right.
Yeah. And you can go there, get insights of whichever field. And by the way, I'd encourage young people. Find out where some of these events are happening. They usually happen in the evenings, weekdays. Maybe you find on a Wednesday. Go to this. You'll find all the necessary people, heads of departments of different companies in different fields. You'll find people in real estate. You'll find people in hotel, any area, even in production, like factories, industries, you'll find them there. You go there as a young person. If you're confused on what you want to do in the future, believe me, when you go to search, you'll get so much insights in the area that you're looking to get into. And by the time you're going to the third, you already are sure of what you want to do. You're going to be so sure that you want to start working tomorrow.
Right. And just like Anne was saying, by the way, there are very many courses, a lot of institutions now that are offering quite a bit in regards to real estate, if you will, architecture and design. So all these fields are kind of correlated, and it's interesting to see the uptake and the interest within the real estate sector. So please go ahead and, you know, dig through and find out what some of these networking events are. By the way, a lot of people looking for placement and attachment. That's a great lead right there. And let's also give you your flowers, because I know you want to tell us what's coming up from HiSop literally in 1 second.
Wow.
Or at least, okay, fine, 2 seconds. Sawa, usiniangalie hivyo. Okay.
All right. So right now, I would like to introduce our brand new project right now that we have in Malindi.
Okay.
And we are selling half acre, not the 50 by 100, half acre at 449,000 Kenya shillings.
Yeah.
For someone who wants to do farming, yes.
Yeah.
For someone who wants to do farming, that is the best place to go.
Okay.
Come, talk to us, HiSop Properties, Facebook, Instagram. We are here.
You are
and
here.
I'm going to get you something. Ukuje ulime.
Sawa,
Yeah.
sawa, sawa. Thank you so much. And of course, a big thank you, obviously, to HiSop for making time this morning to talk to us about the rise of women in real estate. It's been a very, very great discussion, if you ask me. Hope you're encouraged, as we always like to say, and you are motivated to do something, okay, going further. So as we wish you all the best with that, let's leave it there. Shiko Kaitani wishing you a great day here. Making way, obviously, for our duo who are coming up on Interactive as they take a look at what's trending on social media. Bye-bye.